Hello, hello. I am so excited to be before you here at the Superhero Engine. My name is Diane Tucker, and I am truly honored to be able to share my story, or rather, my journey on how I got to where I am today, as well as the work I'm doing right now to be able to improve lives globally. I apologize for having on the shades. I will go into detail on why I have those in my segment. My mother bought me a Logitech computer when I was 9 years old, and I taught myself how to code DOS, and I have been hooked ever since. During middle school and high school, I took electives such as coding. I did animation, accounting, and even ceramics to really pull on that creative side that I have. Teacher saw something in me in high school and really mentored me and encouraged me to do certain activities, to take up certain skills, and even join a group called the Future Business Leaders of America. My 15 and when I was 15 and 16, I wasn't thinking about having my own company, but looking back on just how people shaped and molded me, even in my young years, I am truly thankful. I have been dealing with severe pain since I was a young girl. It was so bad during my college days that I had to drop out of college twice while I was trying to get my bachelor's degree. I did manage to get two associate's degrees, one in business administration and one in computer information systems. But every time I was trying to get my bachelor's, after about a year or so, I had to stop because of how pain was, because I was working full time and going to school full time and just couldn't do both. In 2005, I had a pineal cyst craniotomy, which is a fancy way of saying I had a brain surgery. The neurologist at the time had said I had a cyst on the brain that was causing pressure and that we needed to remove it, and then that would take away the pain. Unfortunately, brain surgery caused more problems than it fixed. I woke up after brain surgery and could not make out anything in front of me. I could see light and shapes, but that was about it. I had never broken a bone or had surgery before, so I just thought it was the anesthesia and that it would wear off. So later on that night, when I woke up in the ICU and I was fully coherent, I realized I couldn't see. And I was thankful my father was sitting next to me at the time because it shook me to my core. And I just remember repeating, I can't see, I can't see. It took 3 months for my vision to line up straight. So if pain's not off the chart and I'm looking straight ahead, I see one. Looking around, tilting my head, I see two, but it's nowhere near what it was before. Also, my eyes don't contract too light. So with all the lights in my face for speaking, I needed to put the shades on. So I apologize for that. But even after brain surgery was discovered, I had something called IIH, which is too much fluid on the brain. And there's a vein in the brain that's 96% compressed, backing up fluid. And so at the age of 24, I had brain surgery. At the age of 26, I had to stop working the 9 to 5. But I always had people that would show me I was valuable, even though at times in my mind I'm figuring I'm not enough or not doing enough, but I was still making a difference in businesses. And so the company I was working for at the time, even though I had to stop working, they kept me on my medical insurance for 2 years as an employee, as if I was still an employee, while I fought for permanent disability. And it's people like that that really just showed me that, Diane, you're worth something. Diane, you are valuable to us. And they would prove it in their actions. And even though I had to deal with personal obstacles and still deal with it to this day, um, I'm glad that I have those in my corner that really keep me pushing to go further. Um, to this day, I still have to deal with those that think the disability is a hindrance for me in being able to make a difference or being a value add. I cannot tell you how many times I have heard the words, well, I need you better before I can use you. But, it's their loss. I have partnered with some amazing individuals and built some awesome companies with people who know that my 20% capacity can trump others' 100% capacity on any day. And those were their words, not mine. Also, I had to deal with being in my 20s and 30s and helping those in their 50s and 60s launch their businesses and had to fight to have my voice be heard. Other times they recognize what I brought to the table, but then would belittle me or downplay it. I even had one man tell me that he was doing me a favor by giving me the opportunity to build his company. Otherwise, I'd just be home wasting my time watching Oprah. So it's different things like that that have helped me develop tough skin and allow words like that just to roll off. Another thing is being burned in business deals and not getting paid for what I did or helping businesses launch. But I had to let go of that and not let that hinder me from being successful. I can now say today, even dealing with pain, even having to make a decision on whether or not to put in a stent. I am the COO of 3 companies in the renewable energy and agriculture space in Massachusetts, the CEO of tech company in Texas, and the CEO of an ed tech company in California, and now the founder and CEO of a nonprofit called IF. Not everyone has had the mentors or teachers to take them under their wings and guide them on what they should do or what they should learn to reach their success. And I just want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Police, Gina Williams, Dr. Eileen Beshian, Dr. Terry Franson, and Brad Wetscott. These are just a few teachers, deans, and business owners who helped shape and mold me into the successful superhero that I am today. And I want to be that for other people on a grander scale. I have seen too many obstacles and roadblocks for those who want to launch their business, create a go to market detailed launch plan, or even get funded. And instead of leaving people in the dark trying to find piecemeal solutions all over, I created the Impact Innovation Foundation, or IF for short. IF is a public nonprofit that really and truly believes that innovation, well, the innovation of one person, can really change the lives of millions. Now, what idea have you been sitting on that you want to bring to fruition? Or maybe you have a business that you've been struggling with to get out to market. At IF, we've broken down our operations into 3 programs to act as a stepping stone to reaching success in launching a startup and preparing for substantial investors. Our education program runs 4 times a year. It is a live virtual interactive course that runs for 12 weeks, where individuals will be building the pieces of their business based on the weekly roadmap we have laid out. This is intended for those who are looking to launch a for-profit company or those who have recently launched their business or in their need of some direction. At the end of the course, each person will have their business mapped out in a detailed business plan. Our business fellowship runs 2 times a year. It's a 6-month intensive fellowship for our startup leaders. You have to either have a business plan or have gone through our education program to be able to apply to get in it. And so within the fellowship, we have intimate virtual training sessions, one-on-one guided support sessions, really hard, heavy working sessions, and peer brainstorming sessions across several different startups and access to our global community. At the end of the fellowship, businesses walk away with a 12-month startup launch packet that is customized to their own business on what they need to do every week and every month for the first 12 or 26 months. It's one thing to be able to mentor someone, to educate them on what to do, but our 3rd and final program and stepping stone is the Innovation Fund and Research Program, where we now have the ability to be able to help those with early stage funding, whether it's grants, no interest loans, or investments, to really start to gain traction, to go out and test their model and be able to get the data that they need to prove to larger investors that they aren't a risk and that their idea and product works. Those that go through the Innovation Fund after a certain amount is received are matched with a research team to actually measure what the work being done, to measure the impact that they are making. Thank you for listening. I hope something was said today to confirm what you know deep down, that you are truly valuable and can achieve your goals, that you are a superhero in your own right with your own story. To learn more about me, my journey, and the work I am doing, or if you wish to connect, please go to dianentucker.com. Enjoy the rest of the Superhero Engine, and thank you.